morning, my lovely things. Happy Friday. I hope you all are doing well and enjoying your days. Welcome back or welcome to the cavern. I mentioned earlier that I would be discussing Asmodeus, but I learned that it's just a name the Diablo creators used instead of Asmodeus. I also learned Asmodeus is in D&D, which I found quite interesting. I've never played D&D, for any of you that are wondering. I don't really know how to play or much about it. I have role-played, and I believe that's kind of what D&D is. It's a role-playing game. But how I role-played was online with a bunch of different people, and we all created a story together using our individual characters that we created, which I heard is similar to D&D, but dice dictate the actions and interactions over, well, ourselves, basically. If you have any information that you would like to share about D&D, it's welcome, so feel free. Because I might be actually playing. I'm starting to get into that. Along with Magic the Gathering. I've never played that either. So, it seems complicated from what I've learned and tried to understand about Magic the Gathering, so I don't know much about it. I have been doing an extensive amount of research on Asmodeus and Abaddon, and I actually found out some more information about Lilith. In one article, I found that Asmodeus was married to Lilith, although I don't really know how accurate that is, so I didn't really delve into it. Lilith's origins can be traced back to Babylonians and Sumerians. She appears as the Ardot Lily, a maiden ghost that preys on men in their sleep. Supposedly, according to legend, she died before her time and yearns for what she couldn't have. Lilith's name was most likely derived from the Sumerian word Lil, meaning storm. In Sumerian belief, demons were associated with destructive forces like storms, earthquakes, and disease. Another interesting thing to note is that in the beginning, Lilith was not a singular being. She was actually a class of demons believed to haunt the deserts and wastelands, called Lilin or Lilitu. Her association with owls stems from the translation of Lilith, which is screech owl. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, she appears as a demon who inhabits the Pelopa tree, along with a dragon and something called a zoo bird. When Gilgamesh slays the dragon curled up at the foot of the tree, Lilith tears down her house and flees into the wilderness, which reminded me of a harpy for some reason. I don't really know why. Asmodeus first appeared in the Book of Tobit, also known as the Book of Tobias. According to the legend, the demon Asmodeus fell in love with the beautiful Sarah, daughter of Urgel. Asmodeus wanted Sarah for himself, and he refused to allow her to be married to any human man. Each time Sarah was married, the demon came to the marriage bed and took the life of her new husband. 7 times, in fact. Until Tobias received a visit from the archangel Raphael, who instructed him on how to handle the demon. Tobias married Sarah and drove the demon away. That's it. Not much of a story, to be honest. In the Testament of Solomon, Asmodeus was called up by King Solomon, who demanded to know its names and functions. Asmodeus claimed he was born from an angel's seed by a daughter of man, which is reflected in the Jewish Haggadah. I think that's how you pronounce it. Don't quote me on that. Asmodeus is said to have been born from the union of the fallen angel Shamdon and the lustful maiden Nama. And there's another interesting thing about Asmodeus. So apparently he also was, if I can remember correctly, so I'm going to look it up really quick. I actually have a book of demons, yes, I know. Isn't that sad? Or weird? It's probably weird. I'm pagan, I do not believe in demons or the devil or any of that stuff, but I see it as an extension of myths and legends, so yeah, I'm kind of fascinated by it. Okay, so he could also produce food, typically in the form of vast, impressive banquets. He can know the secrets of any person. He also has the power to transmute metals and transmogrify people and animals, changing their shapes at will. which I thought was kind of interesting. Give you a little added bonus info. While researching Asmodeus, I found another demon which was said to be similar, but I think they're completely different, separate entities entirely, since there's nothing comparing the two together. Abaddon, which is spelled a few different ways. In the Book of Job and Proverbs, Abaddon, which is spelled Abaddon, is mentioned as a place of destruction, which could be the modern notion of hell. However, in Revelation 9:11, Abaddon is no longer the abyss itself, but instead a personified angel in charge of the abyss. The name is translated in Greek to Apollyon, meaning the destroyer. I found it interesting how the entities all came from various legends prior to their use in religious texts and how their legends changed and grew over time. I also thought it was interesting how they not changed, but how in one incident they were like these mythological creatures and then became these horrible entities. And Abaddon kind of reminded me of Lucifer, Satan, because Abaddon became a personified angel over the abyss, kind of like Lucifer over hell. So I thought that was kind of interesting. What are your thoughts on these three beings? Have you heard differently or would like to share something about these demons? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always appreciative. And I'm sorry for pausing for research purposes. Later tonight, I'll be reviewing My Soul to Take. There most likely will be spoilers, so fair warning ahead of time. And I think it's about a demon, but I could be wrong. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. May you all have a relaxing weekend. No stress. Unload, unwind. Do something fun. Enjoy the summer if you like the summer and aren't like me, who hates it. And take care until next time. Bye, everyone.